time being.
Yes, Morphling did get caught up. In comes the Anti-Mage with the Abyssal. The Pugna dies right away. Anti-Mage with the DD rune. Viper's in trouble. He's down as well. Buyback by the Pugna. They're looking to get the T3 tower on side of Ronin Esports. They do get it very easily. Anti-Mage is quite strong there with the double damage rune. Dragon Knight also popped up his Dragon form. 2 buybacks now. The Viper also buys back. Morphling, he does not have a buyback. So trouble there for side of Pyramid Esports. In comes the Anti-Mage again. Pugna on potential of a dieback. Vengeful Spirit does go down again. Ronin Esports are stepping up on the accelerator here.
Yeah, and it was the blink in from that Anti-Mage with the DD. Absolutely fearless. Momo too deals so much damage on this Dragon Knight. They cannot even begin to dent these heroes. All of them are still full HP on the side of the Dire. Buyback is there from the Vengeful Spirit. They have 5 heroes for this defense due to that buyback, but Mewtwo, he's attacking so much and dealing absolutely nothing. This is what we talked about when we said that this Viper, he's just gonna auto-attack for 200 damage and nothing more.
Yoa, can you just check if you're live? I got a message from the admin that the stream is stopped. Just reconfirming.
Yep, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry about that. It actually dropped off for about 15 seconds there, and because of that, I did restart the stream. So you will miss out for about 2 minutes and 15 seconds of footage, but you did catch that entire team fight. And what you're also going to catch is that you're going to catch Ronin walking to the Roshan pit right now, 2 racks up. No reason to take additional risks. Take this Aegis and just push down bottom. Nothing that Pyramid can do to contest this Roshan.
Anti-Mage. He's picked up a butterfly as well on top of that Abyssal Blade. He's just a monster right now. And side of Pyramid Esports did have a short window where they were quite strong on the map. But once the Anti-Mage started showing up to the fights, it's GG now. Only looking for to defend the bot side now. Here comes Ronin Esports.
Yeah, that was a smoke by Pyramid, looking to do something here, but Kale blaze forward, gets the Dream Coil onto this Titan. They do get the Shadow Amulet onto him though. Abyssal Blade straight onto PWA. PWA still alive. Is there going to be a slam there? There finally is. Gugu slams out PWA, goes on Adventure Spirit, gets him down. Mewtwo inside of their BKB cannot fight at all because there's a bigger dragon here hitting you. GG is called. They don't even wait for the end of the fight. They know there's no way out of this one. Yeah, he will stand his ground on that Morphling and he will die. GG is called. 35 minutes in, the world ended in 8 minutes.
That was such a typical Anti-Mage game. You just wait for the Anti-Mage to farm for 20-25 minutes and then suddenly you press the accelerator. And that's what exactly Ronin Esports did. GG to them. They proceed in the lower bracket final. Meanwhile, Pyramid Esports, hard luck getting eliminated. You will try again for the next cup.
Yeah, they can. You know, they had a lot of signs of brilliance inside this game. PWA on this puck now looks so crisp, so clean. Mewtwo as well did kill off the opponent Dragon Knight in the mid lane. I'm not sure how many times that happens even in Dota. And the team generally looks strong, but straight away at the 20-minute mark, suddenly decisions started coming out weird, and that's always a sign of promise in a team. If they can sort out that late game decision making, they'll be a force to be reckoned with. But of course, this is the end of this game. We do have one more game later, and let me just check when that is going to be. That's going to be at 7 IST, ladies and gentlemen, 50 minutes from now. And this was me, Yoamushi, and my boy. Take it away, Warhog.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm waiting for the next game to start. I hope you guys are also waiting there on the stream. See you guys. Take a break and do come back at 7 p.m.
Yep, thank you so much. We'll be right back. Go!
Go!
Panasonic.
Go! Go!
Panasonic.
Go. Go.
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 Panasonic.
Go.
Panasonic.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's coverage of the Yuvin Community Cup. This is the last game of the day. It's still 2 more days to go. We do have those upper bracket finals and a little bit of the lower bracket before the grand finals on Monday. It's randoms versus Burmese Ghouls in these last best of 1 here. And team that advances is the one that survives because this is an elimination match. You lose here, you go home. I'm Yoamushi. I am joined by Warhog, who I'm not sure if is here at the moment. He will definitely be joining me for the rest of the game. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for coming here. We will go into the banning phase right now, but before all of that, we do have a message for you, which is the Yuvin Community Cup Season 2 is back again. And this time it's not 1, not 2, but 3 different esports titles that are being represented. Dota 2, CSGO, and Pubg Mobile. This tournament powered by Creative Peripherals Private Limited, which is a market entry and distribution specialist with presence in more than 25 locations, including Hong Kong, the UAE, and SAARC regions. Its portfolio consists of 25 plus brands, 3,000 products, and 5,000 dealers. Sponsored by Cooler Master India, the subsidiary of computer hardware manufacturer Cooler Master, based in Taiwan. Founded in 1992, this company produces computer cases, power supplies, air and liquid CPU coolers, laptop cooling pads, and computer peripherals. I'm sure you guys all know this because it's Cooler Master. And last but not least, this tournament is brought to you by Yuvin Esports Private Limited. And the motto of this cup is to engage with esports communities across South Asia and Southeast Asian regions and provide opportunities for knowledge sharing to these players. This tournament will be held between 26th June to 7th July and will be spread over Dota 2, CSGO, and Pubg Mobile. So if all that is up your alley, ladies and gentlemen, do keep on watching us to the end. If you're just here for the Dota 2, no problem at all whatsoever. It's today, it's tomorrow, it's Monday, and then that is the grand finals. Now we will go to the banning phase. Warhog, are you here?
Yes, Yoa, I am here. How are you doing this fine evening? We've had such exciting games. The last game was pretty exciting, but after the 25 minutes, it's just snowballed into Ronin's favor. Are we going to see something else this time? 2 teams, the random team coming up from India and Burmese Ghouls from Myanmar.
Yeah, can India prevail or will Myanmar take the spoils? Randoms, they're banned so far. Void Spirit, Ember Spirit, Lycan do not want these high mobility heroes to just run them down. So possibly a hint that they want to pick some of these slower cores in the game. Something like the Spectre perhaps that can't really keep up with that speed. Burmese Ghouls on the other hand, they choose to ban out pretty much meta staples. All 4 of these heroes, you've seen them in some capacity. Nature's Prophet, Beastmaster, Queen of Pain, and Enchantress just gone. Randoms, their first pick, Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, I'm not surprised with the first pick, Vengeful Spirit. And we see an Ogre Magi being picked up by Burmese Ghouls. I haven't seen this hero in a long time in the pro scene. Also, the Mirana assisting the Ogre Magi. You think this is the support duo which the Burmese Ghouls are going to try out?
I think so. Mirana, not exceptional in that core position. One of the main reasons why Mirana's not so good inside the core position, she's just not that reliable. The only reliable damage from her is that Starstorm. She is a little bit squishy, so in that support position makes up for the fact that she doesn't have to be near that fight. She just has to throw that arrow. With the Ogre Magi and accompanying stun and kind of setup for her, she can be very scary, but revealing these 2 early supports on means that randoms knows exactly how your lanes are going to play out. They know your lane supports already. What will they choose to counter this setup? I think, once again, I really like picks like that Juggernaut, like that Life Sealer, magic resist, especially up against that arrow. Even if you get hit, there's no way you die. But we'll see whether or not Randoms thinks the same way. Any heroes you're looking out for in particular, Warhog?
Randoms, they're taking their own time. They're into the reserve time. Maybe something the ogre counters in the lane. Maybe something like a Slark who can just purge off the Ignite, or maybe a Oracle. They do come up with the Earthshaker, which is another staple pick of this meta. Waiting for their third ban now, rather the fifth ban. Earthshaker, Vengeful Spirit, solid support duo. Both of them have stuns, and Earthshaker has multiple of them.
Dire team pick.
Yeah, and Randoms, they did ban out that Spectre, so I did think that they were picking up the Spectre themselves, but they will choose to take it out. Burmese Ghouls did take out the Timbersaw as their second last ban of the game, so that is going to be taken out as well. Very, very common ban at this point in this tournament. Vengeful Spirit and Earthshaker, a good support combination, a lot of stuns of course, and a lot of reach. But one thing that, you know, again, you're revealing your support duo, and these two heroes, not exactly very tanky. You compare it to the Mirana and Olga. One very, very elusive, the other much higher in terms of HP. The Dragon Knight is going to be picked there for Burmese Ghouls. I think that's going in the off-lane position, but it could just as well be a mid lane or a safe lane.
And Randoms did not think much and directly pick up the Necrophos. The direct counter to the Dragon Knight, you just bring him up to half HP and he is dead. Necrophos, another hero which I haven't seen in a long time. You can put him in the off lane as well as the mid position. And I have also seen Ramses, I think, play Necrophos carry, or many of the pro carry players as well.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, we can see some Gorksy action too. It's the possible Necrophos possibly. Luna is going to be the pick there for Burmese Ghouls. It's a very small possibility, but it's potentially a 4 Luna and a core Mirana. I doubt it. I still think it's going to be a core Luna, but the option is always there for Burmese Ghouls. Yeah, they're going to go for that Slug on the side of Randoms. You predicted it. What a genius, Warhog.
The Ogre Magi, then he'll have to probably not skill up Ignite. Usually I'm an Ogre player, so usually when you see a Slack, you just go for the stun as well as Bloodlust in the lane. But Luna pick, I am quite excited to see it. Another flash farmer, you can say, suddenly can up the tempo. Has early game fight potential as well with the Eclipse coming out. Side of Randoms will have to be wary of that as well. But they also have the Necrophos, some sustain in the team fights.
And when I'm playing Slock versus Luna, I'm always a little bit iffy. Yes, you can duck back off that Eclipse, but Luna can always just hold it, and you don't want to be in that situation as a Slock where you can't really enter the fight because that Luna is keeping you out single-handedly, because the rest of your team will have to stay there and just get wailed upon. As a whole though, nothing really much threatening this Slock. The same could be said for that Luna. The swap is there and the Echo Slam, of course, but as a whole, when you get that BKB up on this Luna, I don't really see a quick and easy way to take her down.
Yeah, that's true. Luna is quite a scary hero once she finishes up her items, and also a great pusher. Once you hit the high ground with Luna, you can take the barracks so fast with the, I forgot the skill, the bouncing blades.
The Moon Glaze.
Yeah, that's right. And Viper ban coming out from Randoms, and now they are looking to pick themselves up an offlaner or a mid. Let's see what happens here.
What exactly happens here?
10 seconds
Last
remaining.
pick for Randoms. You probably want to pick a pretty
5
safe
seconds
hero
remaining.
that can go in most lanes. What comes to mind? I suppose the Puck is okay. It's a little bit of a weak hero right now, but it does give them a little bit of an initiation that they might want on the side of Randoms. Because so far, Randoms, you know, you have that Earthshaker for initiation, but you don't really want to start a fight that way. You want that Earthshaker to be coming in for that counter initiation, 3-4-man Echo Slams most of the time. So Puck does give you a good Dream Coil starter. And another hero I can think of, maybe you just go the opposite route entirely. You just pick up that Morphling, and then those heroes on the side of Burmese Ghouls don't really have enough long-term damage to keep you down.
Yeah, that's true. Morphling is a great pick
Dire
mid.
team pick.
I was just gonna say they can also go for a Monkey King. He's great against the Dragon Knight in the mid lane, as well as he brings up a lot of fighting potential throughout the mid game. Another deadly hero to be wary of. Now some thinking to do on side of Burmese Ghouls. They have 15 seconds to choose their last pick. Who's going to be facing up against the Monkey King? Are they looking for an offlane or mid?
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, what exactly do they want here? They will have to know that no matter what, the Dragon Knight will be against a hero that he doesn't like. Dragon Knight does not like Necrophos, does not like Slug, does not like Monkey King, so no clear-cut lane for him that he really wants. I suppose if you're a Dragon Knight, you want to be up against that Slug, who can steal your stats but can't really force you out of the lane.
Yeah, I think they're looking for something in the off lane. Dragon Knight looks to be good in the mid lane. Maybe some lockdown for the Slack. What plays well against the Slack in the off lane? Bat Rider's banned. Sorry for that.
Bat Rider's pretty tricky against Slug because he can always Dark Pact you off, and even if he doesn't Dark Pact, if he reacts fast enough, he can always pop the ulti right as you blink into him. They could just go for a staple in that Mars. It's not banned, it's not picked. Gives them that arena that deals pretty well with Monkey King and Necrophos, but as far as things go, they do have quite a few options. The Centaur is also available, allows you to disengage, but they will go for the
Choose a
Pugna.
hero.
All right, then Pugna game again. Maybe it's a mid Pugna and they'll put the DK in the off lane. Pugna will need his initial levels to get some towers earlier on into the game. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Maybe an off lane Pugna, it will work well against the Slack as well, because you can just Decrepify and wait for the leash time to get over and run away from the Slack. Also, a very high magic burst on side of Burmese Ghouls. They have the Ogre, they have the Luna Eclipse coming out, as well as the Pugna.
Yep. And seems like for Burmese Ghouls, it's straightforward push. You get that Bloodlust onto Luna and Dragon Knight, and you just group up with that Pugna, with the Dragon Form, just go. Randoms, their job is a little bit tougher. They have the map control, and more importantly, they have to make sure that that Slug is constantly getting pickoffs, because Slug is one of those heroes that doesn't farm that quickly if he doesn't get enough kills, so a little bit tricky. I don't see one standout hero that Anxiety can prey on right here.
Yeah, also the Necrophos probably will be going off lane up against Luna and probably an Ogre. I think that lane should go fairly well for both of the heroes over there. Let's see what happens.
Yep, let's see. Error. Last game as Monkey King, pretty successful. 5 out of 20 MVPs, but never light 8 out of 20 MVPs and 51-23 on his Dragon Knight. Those are very, very good stats if you're this DK. He's a big boy.
Yeah, that's quite impressive on the Dragon Knight. And looking up at our teams, let me introduce Team Random to you. On the side of Radiant, we've got Pasol on the Earthshaker position 4. We've got Shondi on the Necrophos. We have got Monkey King, who has turned himself into a cute little kitten, played by Error. We've got Awakening on the Vengeful Spirit, and we've got Slap, played by Anxiety.
Yep. And looking to put up a good performance today. Yesterday, they did get knocked down from that upper bracket. It didn't look particularly close. I still remember Anxiety's PL just couldn't really get a good standing in the game, but the bright spot for them yesterday was that Monkey King, also played by Error, so we know that Error can do a good job with this hero. It's probably one of his comfort picks, which is why they prioritize it here. And now on the side of Burmese Ghouls, we're going to have Hollowweed playing up that Ogre Magi. We're going to see Pugna being played by a win. Hopefully he can get a win. Burmese Ghouls also have MG Jet on Luna, who's surprisingly at bottom. Maybe they want to run an offensive tri-lane down here, leaving the DK up alone. Yeah, it does seem that that's going to be the plan. We have Masterlay on that Mirana, and last but not least, all the way on the other side of the map, Neverlight. Solo safe lane DK. That's interesting. That's an offensive tri-lane. What? Do you think they just persist with the offensive tri-lane here? And if you're random, do you just come here to tri-lane on your own, or do you just avoid it?
No, I think probably Random will have to do some switches themselves, but it's a Necrophos up against the DK, so he should be fine and happy with the lane. as well. Team Randoms did try to get a ward up here, but it got denied immediately by side of
Burmese. Ghouls. We'll see as the horn blows what these teams will try to do. Awakening Us knows that Master Lee and Hollyweed are coming. They're going to do the good old-fashioned block the enemy creep wave so it ends up under the tower so he can't really last hit properly. It is up against a Slok. Slok does, melee hero, Quelling Blade will do decently well in last hitting even under tower, but as this lane goes on, Slok is one of those heroes that does not like pressure at all. He only has one set of tangos too.
Yeah, top lane, they're going to leave the DK alone over there in front of the Earthshaker and the Necrophos. Earthshaker looking to get a kill up on the courier in the top lane. Will probably get it. He's got the boots. Pasol getting a semi-first blood, you can say, with the courier.
Yeah, I know. Meanwhile, down at bottom, Awakening You was being pressured by Hollyweed and the Master. They already saw the Fire Blast being thrown out, so you were right. He does not even bother leveling up the Ignite. He will just be content to just keep on throwing spells. So far, though, Anxiety up to level 2 already. He doesn't seem to be getting forced out just yet. And in that mid lane, Pugna against a Monkey King. As a whole, I would favor Pugna for this matchup, but I don't think it's one of those matchups that Monkey King cannot play.
Yeah, it's going to be slightly hard there for the Monkey King. Smart Pugna will get his way in the lane in the earlier phase till Monkey King starts moving up in the map.
Down at bottom, by the way, sorry for interrupting you, arrow straight into Awakening Us. It was set up with that Fire Blast, and Masterly will grab the first blood. Anxiety couldn't really do anything. All he could do is just hit someone once, steal that once Ashton stack, and then get under his tower. Slok is he's looking for a way out right now. He doesn't want to be here.
Yeah, it's a tough lane for a Slacky in the bot lane. Losing up his support as well. This aggressive tri lane is quite aggressive, I must say. They've got a high kill potential with the Fire Blast into the arrow as well as the Lucent Beam coming in. A lot of damage in the lane. Maybe Team Randoms would look to switch up something. The DK in the top is also doing fine in terms of getting last hits. He's got 4, but he should be fine with the Dragon's Blood.
Should be okay, but I don't know. The pressure does feel like it's on randoms to make a decision. Do you want to keep your Slok down here? I almost feel like they should just bring him over to the top lane, just let him lane up against that DK, but even then he's not going to win that matchup. He's going to do okay only.
Yeah, I think the Earthshaker should start looking to rotate bottom, help out this bottom lane of theirs, tri lane against tri lane. The DK in some trouble in top lane. The Fisher is there for Pasol to throw. He does throw it, but gets the block on the other side. The DK should be fine.
And down at bot, Anxiety and Awakening You chilling in middle. His courier did just get sniped out, by the way, by Hollyweed. Pressure does not let up. They think about what they can do here. So far, it doesn't seem like anything. They're trying to get a pull off. And they get a magic missile as well. Masterley may be in trouble there. There was the pounce available by Anxiety. If he landed that with the minus armor, they could have tried to force a kill. But a little bit of hesitation there by Anxiety. Didn't think he could get that.
Mid lane, Monkey King is having some problems already up against Pugna. Pugna has got a full bottle for his disposal. Monkey King even lacking in last hits. 6-2 against the Pugna 13-6.
It's a tough matchup, but there isn't really any easier way to do this. I suppose they could swap the Necrophos as well down here, but we do miss a kill down at bottom. It was MG Gen getting that kill with the Lucent Beam, I think, onto Vengeful Spirit. Yes, it was. Awakening You takes a tumble for the second time this game. Anxiety, 11 CS on him. Not even getting a sniff of the creep wave most of the time.
This bot lane is quite the disaster for the Slack. He's not been able to even come up against these heroes of side of Burmese. The Ogre directly stunning into arrow. That's how the Vengeful Spirit died.
Yeah, and the Slog's net worth is basically non-existent. He just has to keep on salving up, awakening you, stepping out way too far. Arrow does go, but it doesn't hit. Doesn't have to, I don't think, because they still have one more hit. Yeah, they do. They didn't have the Lucent Beam, but Anxiety turning onto MG Gen does have enough damage. More importantly, doesn't have enough move speed to keep out MG Gen. He does with that Orb of Venom. Very good play, but he gets a double kill because Master Lee just died to the creeps while all of this happening. He's going into Hollyweed. He won't get the kill here, but he just wants the stats. Anxiety, a breath of fresh air for him. 2 kills going the other way. This is how tri-lanes fail, and meanwhile, we missed a kill up at top. It was Persolve, blocking off Neverlight, stuck inside the trees, could not get out.
Mid lane as well, Monkey King did manage to pick up a double damage room. I think it got contested by the Pugna, and he did lose his life there. So some sigh of relief on side of randoms. They're getting up a few kills across the map.
Yeah, and now Era is... He was so far behind to start with, now he's half a level ahead. Only 2 CS behind as well, so the kill bounty perfectly makes up for it. He's ahead now, way ahead of this Pugna. And that's why Burmese Ghouls decide they're going to move their Mirana right here, under that Observer Ward that knows exactly where he is. Gonna just 3-dance up that creep wave and ooh, very nice Mischief dodge on the Plasma Blast, but I don't think they're going to get a good arrow here. Take a little bit of damage, thinking about a Fissure Block. The episode. Nah.
This mid tower is already down to half HP. They have the Catapult as well. Pugna has been blocked up by the Earthshaker Fissure. In comes the Monkey King with the jump, trying to stack up on Jingu. He's been decrepied. Will he die over there? Monkey King as well as on low HP. Pugna will be safe for now. Bottles up, turns around, gives a blast, does not hit anything. And it's a reset.
It is a reset. Both of these mid heroes extremely low on HP. The thing though
Top
is that
lane.
Pugna does have the suck, which will keep him healthy. And Neverlight, we catch the tail end of that kill. It was the final Death Pulse going into him. He dies solo up here. Almost definitely a mistake there. Thought that he was more tanky than he actually was. Gets punished for it.
Yeah, the Reaper's being used over there.
Yeah, there's still one more arrow being thrown out. Almost catches Persolve there. Good dodge from him. He goes for that voice line. Sees them later, nerds. 8 kills already, all of them around the map. There still is a skirmish down at bottom. Anxiety, very low on HP, but just out of range of the Lucent Beam. Awakening Us throws out that magic missile, dropping low on Awakening. He's going to die this one. The Fire Blast thrown out onto him. Hollyweed himself low, but I don't think the slug can keep on going. The arrow by Masterlay almost catches Anxiety, but Anxiety knows perfectly well it is coming. Leaps out of harm's way.
Yeah, this bot lane is still proving to be a problem. Slark just has 17 last hits, almost half as much as the Luna. He'll need to get his level 6 and move to the jungle for some time.
Yeah.
But top lane Necrophos is having a time of his life. He's moved the DK.
Yeah, they're also having a time of their life onto Awakening You. They almost throw out that rocket which hits him. Sorry, not the rocket, the arrow. He's dropping so low. Need one more Lucent Beam. They don't have mana for it, but in the end, Masterley will get the right click onto him. Anxiety himself dropping low to get a body block out on MG Gent. A 3rd kill for Anxiety this game. Killing spree already. They get the Vengeful Spirit, but it's an overextension from the Luna, and you're perfectly okay with that. If you're random, not if the Anxiety is an arrow, it whiffs. Good dodge by Anxiety once again. Hats off to this guy, staying calm under the pressure, and he gets rewarded with 3 kills against the tri-lane.
Yes, just about getting saved over there. He's waiting to get his level 6, just 1 creep shy of getting level 6. Then he should be fine to play on his own in this lane.
You see this
top lane? Yeah.
There's no way he dodges this, right?
No, I don't think he's going to dodge it, as well as the DK also has wrapped around from behind. Maybe the Necrophos can go down here. He's alone.
Yeah, he doesn't even have the Ghost Shroud to keep himself alive. If he had the Ghost Shroud, there was a slight possibility. Ghost Shroud into Death Pulse, into Fairy Fire, and Magic 1 should be pretty much full HP at that point, but no way out of this one, I don't think. Jesus. In that mid lane, Suck was used onto Monkey King, who has to cancel it, and the eyes on top lane, arrow does land into that raindrop, but the Luna's here. Finished us up that kill with an additional Lucent Beam. Unnecessary, but she needed the rotation up here anyway. She's going to take the safe lane farm for the time being, and they're going to think about moving that DK to take this T1 tower.
Yeah, that's some relief there for the Slack in the bot. Now he's happily farming up. He's hit level 6 as well to get that region. He should be fine now for some time. Mid lane, we see Pugna taking up the tower. Aggression being shown by the Monkey King, but he will fall back as he's low on mana. And it's already 8 minutes into the game. Side of randoms losing their mid tower. That's the power of the Pugna.
And in this game, no one is exceptionally, overfarmed. Around this time, some games you'll see people having 60 CS, 70 CS, but everyone in this game just shy of 50. Anxiety jumping onto Hollywood, who steps out a little bit too far. They get the courier as well. This is mech delivery, and it comes with an additional order of small fries.
Slack being just fed 2-3 kills in last 2-3 minutes. That's gonna help him farm up his items. He's looking to get his power treads, probably get a diffusal later on, I'm not sure. We'll see Awakening again in trouble, being decrepified into Arrow as well as the Suck, and he is dead, boys.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
He has not had a great showing Awakening. Yesterday too, looked a little bit dodgy on the Jakiro. Now he's 0-6 before the 10-minute mark. Trying times for him, but oh, meanwhile, Dragon Tail down at bottom into that arrow. That's gonna land perfectly. Can he pop his ulti? He cannot because of the stun duration. He still had the stick, even if the stun had worn off. It was cooldown on that ulti.
Yes, Mirana really placed the arrow from the other side of the tower, and Stark did not expect the arrow to come like that. Now Mirana trying to sneak up on getting a outpost, but here comes the Fissure.
Yeah, he will have to leap to get down to the low ground, so in no real trouble. Actually, no, wrapping around is Awakening you. He jumps up to the high ground again, but that's just next to the Necroforce, who isn't fast enough to keep on chasing, so he's thinking about where can I go?
We see a smoke on side of Burmese. Again, Vengeful Spirit Awakening in trouble. Level 4, in comes the Ogre with the stun, and that's going to be another easy kill there for the Pugna. Gets in with the blast.
This is not his game. I think after these 2 days he might decide that Dota 2 isn't his game. It's just absolutely brutal.
Easy. Out of the 9 kills which Burmese have got, 7 is of that Vengeful Spirit. So like that, I think well he's picked up a broom handle from the neutral creeps. Bot lane being pressured now by Pugna Blast. Cliff being used by randoms. That's gonna delay.
Burmese Ghouls playing this slow and methodical. They're even healing up this catapult just to make sure that they have it for this push.